Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm not going to show you me. Yeah, maybe a quick glimpse. Look. Hey! I didn't show this, but I'm going to make a cooking video about, not the Wild West, but my neighbor gave my ex-mother-in-law a starter for sourdough bread about 4 weeks ago. So she made a batch, and she wasn't happy with it, but I liked it. But what got it started, my neighbors brought me some sourdough bread that they made, and it was awesome. So I've made 3 batches 3 weeks in a row, and all 3 batches have been good. So here is my 3rd batch of sourdough bread. Let me turn the light on here. There it sits. That's 1 loaf. 2 loaves. Here's one I'm giving to somebody, a friend on Facebook. And 3 loaves. And I'm telling you, it's delicious. This one came out the thickest because you're supposed to divide the dough up into 3 sections and blah blah. It's hard to get it perfect. So either way, but here is my starter. I don't really actually know what they started with, but I know that each week, after 5 to 7 days of it being in the refrigerator, you have to add 3/4 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of dried instant potatoes, and 1 cup of warm water. You feed that jar every week, and then you let that jar set out all day, and then you mix your dough that night. You take 1 cup of starter out, and it makes 3 loaves. 6 cups of flour. Let's see, I believe it's 6, or is it 5? Yeah, 6 cups of bread flour, 1.5 cups of warm water, 1 cup of starter, which is out of the jar. After it sits out all day, you take that cup of starter out and put it in your bread mix. You put the starter back in the refrigerator for another week or 5 days or whatever. If you do not make bread that week, you need to feed the starter and let it sit out and take a cup out and throw it away. 1 tablespoon of salt, 1/2 cup of corn oil, and 1/2 cup of sugar. Mix all that up in a greased bowl, kind of grease a bowl, and let it set for 8 to 12 hours. Just lightly covered, not take some foil and cover it and leave it loose so it'll rise. The stuff will sit there and rise all day. Then when it's sit there and you get ready to you grease you up 3 pans, and you punch that dough down and take it out and flour up your counter or whatever. Clean it off real good. That's what I did. And kind of flour up your hands, and you work it and knead it up real good, and you cut it into 3 sections. You knead each section about 9 to 10 rolls. Just flip it, inside out like you would a pizza dough. And you form it into a loaf and lay it in those pans, and I make it, kind of stretch it like you would a pizza dough and make it fit those bread pans, which they're the bread pans. And you cover it lightly. You're supposed to brush the top of it with oil, each loaf. Then you cover it with wax paper, which I did not use. My camera cut off. I just laid foil over it and kind of covered it lightly, and I let it stand for 5 to 6 hours. It says on here, well, you'd think I made this, I wouldn't have to read it again. 4 to 5 hours, but it stood about 5 hours, because I fixed it up last night at 9:30 and put it in the pans, and 9 o'clock, something like that. I woke up around 2:30, 2:45. I popped it in the oven on 350 for 30 minutes, and it's done. Really good. When it's done, you take it out of the oven. You brush the top of it with butter, and you wrap it up. You can also freeze it, eat it another day. can eat it hot right then. You can toast it, whatever. But I just want to show you how good it turned out. And next time I make it, I'll go through the process or try my best to. I'm not very good at doing stuff like that, but the main ingredients are starter that gives it the sourdough taste. So I'm going to give probably 2 loaves of this away. I'll eat a loaf. I have a loaf in the freezer. So, and I'm pretty sure Nick's coming down and he'll be here today. And we'll fix him up some and let him eat it. So, if he'll eat my cooking. So, y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. And yeah, here it is. My sleep's all dickered, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying to take something to help me sleep. It don't help. It's 3:45 and I'm awake. You know, and I don't understand that. And it seems like I run on 2 to 3 to 4 hours sleep a night. So, it's been that way for the last 6 or 8 months. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good. Just wanted to share my sourdough bread with you. And like I said, the main ingredients are starter. You get it going. You get a starter from somebody. You can make this stuff. It's cheap to make. Your basic prices of stuff are your flour and sugar, and you can't buy 3 loaves of sourdough bread. I probably have, I don't know, what, have I got $2 in those 3 loaves? I doubt it. Maybe. I can buy a 5-pound bag of bread flour and it'll make 6 to 7 loaves. So for $2 and something, $2.80, whatever, I buy Pillsbury or whatever. Then the oil, you can buy the oil, which is expensive, but you know, we only use 3/4 cup. And then the only other thing you use is sugar, and you use a 1/2 cup, and then you use a 3/4 cup on your starter, so you use 1 1/4 cups each time you make 3 loaves. So I figure you have, you know, probably less than $2 a loaf in this bread, and you can't buy sourdough bread. If you go up here to one of these stores, like Mennonite store, Amish store, and buy a loaf of sourdough bread, it's $4 or $5. So, and this stuff's good. So, yeah, cheap eating, and it's really good. And I'll never take off these 15 pounds I lost. I gained this winter. See you.